Is this thing on? Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. So it's official. Kyle Chandler is Hal Jordan for the DCU's Green Lantern, and Aaron Pierre has last night been announced officially as John Stewart in HBO Max's, because this is going to be an HBO special, this could be an HBO production, Lantern. So they have been cast as Hal Jordan and John Stewart. Let's talk about the validity of that casting. So if you're going to cast around an older 60-year-old Hal Jordan, Kyle Chandler has been around for years. He's a workman actor, he's a journeyman actor. He's great. I've been watching him since I was late teens, early 20s. Got a lot of time for Kyle Chandler. He's a great choice for the Hal Jordan that James wants. Now, the validity of him being older is a concern for many of us, but in terms of that older Hal Jordan, he is perfect. Now, there's some people crying a lot of salty tears about Aaron Pierre being cast. Why? Because apparently, and I didn't know this, he's a fan casting. Well, fans wanted David Corenswet as Superman if Henry Cavill was going to step away from it or be replaced for years. And no one was losing their crap over that. It doesn't really matter. Aaron Pierre is a good, solid, capable actor. I watched him on Krypton. He was very, very good. He will be a great John Stewart. So, in terms of this Lanterns HBO streaming show, I'd rather we don't kick off the Green Lantern Corps on a cheaper kind of True Detective kind of streaming show, but that's what we've got, and I'm still excited about it. Now, James Gunn has said that he chose carefully what will be on HBO, on streaming, and what will be in cinemas. I don't believe, Lanterns, Green Lantern, the Corps, being represented on streaming TV first was, let's say, James's first choice. Here's the reality of the situation. WB are broke. I'm sure James Gunn said to them, I want to do an epic, awesome Green Lantern Corps movie. I mean, the guy's done Guardians of the Galaxy, so we know he's capable of doing it. I think they said to him, look, you're going to have to take this to streaming. It can uplift our streaming service having, a Green Lantern story on streaming, and we can't afford to be spending the type of money you want to spend on that type of movie. What they want from James Gunn is to make DCU successful, make them money, get them out of debt, then they can talk about doing a Green Lantern Corps movie. I think this is where we are with that. So I think James Gunn's probably secretly as frustrated as we are that that's not happening. So I'm happy with the casting. I'm still excited for Lanterns. I think it will be a really good show. I think the people involved in front and behind of the camera are very, very talented people. And I think, it's going to be an excellent show. Despite some of the things and concerns that I have over it. And so then people are saying, well, was this announced now to distract attention away from Joker, Folie à Deux, and all the divisive conversations around that film? Yes, probably, but it's not a crime to do that. Many companies, many industries do this. So again, for me, it's not a deal breaker. They were going to announce it. All the trades were going on about Kyle Chandler playing Hal Jordan. Worst kept secret. James probably leaked that early anyway, because James is good about keeping his secrets as well. So this is a decision by James Gunn, I can say. I'm happy with the castings. I think they will complement each other in this show, and I'm excited to see what happens. They're investigating a murder in the Heartlands. That's the synopsis of the show as well. So very, very interesting. But whose murder? Is it going to be a metahuman? I've got an out there theory that maybe Clark Kent was visiting Martha Kent and Jonathan Kent, because Jonathan Kent seems to be in Superman, still alive. Maybe he doesn't get killed off in this iteration, because in some versions of the comics, Jonathan doesn't die. So is Clark Kent murdered in the Heartland? I've got this obsession about Clark dying, All because at first Superman was called Superman Legacy. Don't be surprised, and I've said this before, if Connor Kent doesn't take up Superman's mantle after he dies at the end of Superman. That's a theory. I don't want Superman to die. Look, he's my freaking character. But that's one of my fears of what James Gunn is attempting to do. We will see about that. But James Gunn also teased the character in Peacemaker. He's topless. I think he's got longish hair. And James was asking us to guess who it could be. At first I thought it might be Booster Gold. But because of the rumours of who's playing Booster Gold and because he's got darker skin, this actor seems to have lighter skin, so I don't think it's him. I think Peacemaker 2 will be very, very different to Peacemaker Season 1. I think it's going to build up his Suicide Squad universe. And you'll be surprised. I think you will be very, very surprised who and what we could see in that second series. So James Gunn is fleshing out his universe and it's starting to take shape, and I'm starting to get a lot more excited about that.